allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
She
Off your mic. Off your
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call am hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. My ego diary politico, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. My ego don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. My egun don't come, oh yo yo. Man of the masses, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego don't come, oh, yeah, yeah. My ego la wa mo la mo do 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 do. My ego diary, na ibi number one. Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làwọn tó dòdòdò. Ayégun diary na ibi number one. Ayégun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Ayégun diary na ibi number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Ayégun diary na ibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Ayégun diary na ibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Máyégún diary politico. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún diary na ibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
Máyégún ti dé.
Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o.
Máyégún máa bí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn àjò.
àsìkò òǹgbẹ lọ́tún lósì ẹ̀mí ò sì káàrẹ̀ Jagaban Kareem àsìkò.
Hello there. So good morning to you. Good afternoon to you. And brethren, good evening to you from wherever you're joining us. It is Máyégún Live. Thank you so much for joining me and welcome to the Temple of Truth. And here is Máyégún, the Babaji of the temple. Thank you. Please, as you are joining, remember, after reading the caption of the broadcast, please read the description of the broadcast as well. Then like it, share it. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, your frenemies, and tell them that Máyégún today, Máyégún is live. And if you have done that already, thank you. So tonight, we are starting the conversation with the latest from Uzor Kalu. We also have a part where we are going to Abuja, where with the Wiki and Koolu, we're also on another ego tripping, adventure. Also, in Lagos this morning, Adamu Oshi-Omo-Ole put up a show that made it to the internet. It go viral. So we'll touch on that too, and many others. And congratulations to that 94-year-old man who finally got rescued. They said he is a monarch, a Kogi king that got freed today. We're going to touch that too. There are several, so if time permits, yeah, maybe we can take calls. So thank you so much. Share the broadcast, right? So it is Uzor Kalu, who has been pretty much forthcoming, you say, when it comes to his own level of psychophancy. Tinubu is surrounded by them, many of them. And it seems that, APC, they have these ass leakers, praise singers, supposed veteran career criminals like that in abundance. And every day, right, they seem to be pissing on the same people who are feeling the brunt of their rule. Uzor Kalu, the ex-convict. He was addressing or answering questions from supposed pressmen. I think it was in his Abia home. He's the former governor of Abia State, by the way. So, and he was calling, they're talking about 2027. A night before, he was on channels television telling everyone who cared to listen that it doesn't matter how you see Tinubu or APC, they remained the best thing to have happened to Nigeria. And it is not about now, it is about the future. They keep saying that, the same future that is laden with laden with indebtedness, debts that will be repaid back for the next 100 years, as the kind of debts that these guys are incurring for that future. But to them, no, what we are doing is for the future. So, and also the plan to deliver Abia State to Koolu. So there is, a bit of delulu going on, except I can't know how delulu is going on. What do I mean by that? There are these politicians from the eastern part of Nigeria right? Every election or upcoming election cycle, they have always putting up or assembling delegations to go and see whoever is the president then, to tell them that they will deliver the people of Eastern Nigeria to APC. And they've never been able to. But somehow, right, it is like, repeating the same thing again and again and possibly pretend that people will notice. So Uzor Kalu is saying that delivering Abia State to APC, Egbekegbe, start with even capturing the states, right? So he called on Ben Kalu, that deputy speaker, that guy, man. Anyway, he called on him to declare his interest now, right? So that there won't be any clash of interest later, so they can possibly take Abia State from Alex. And then he went on to say that he is somebody that will do anything for his party, will do anything for APC. Categorically saying he will do anything for Tinubu, who is the leader of their own Al-Qaeda People's Congress, so to say. Right? Then he said he will, when I say if I pull the trigger, that means if I pull the trigger, I don't understand what that means, right? But here is that part. So that's what we're starting from this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Obi Is Kalu.
Abuja. Whenever he has time, he comes to bring me in the house. I have no problems with him. It's just let him say what he wants. If he wants to run for governor, he should come back and say, I want to run for governor. We know we have a candidate. I've asked my younger brother to keep himself and Ben cannot run together. That is the truth. So if he wants to run, let him come out and declare I'm running for governor. So we prepare to win the governorship. If he's not running, let him go back and run for his House of Rep. We know we are preparing to go for House of Rep. So you cannot be a holder and also be a beholder. That is where I stand.
So would you support him if he wants to run?
I'm a party man. I'm a very good party man. Very, very good party man. The Channel TV will tell you. Last night in politics today, I said I will pull trigger. When a man tells you he pull trigger for his party, you are educated, isn't it? What is the definition of pulling trigger?
To kill, sir.
Not to kill. It means I will lay down anything to support my party. That's what it means by pulling trigger. So all these who are looking for food to talk and they are talking about party, the party is very strong. The party here is very strong. That is the truth. I'm sure you people know our movement. You know the Oshi-Omo-Ole movement. You know the reality organization. We are very strong. Even if the APC is not strong, we are very, very, very strong. Of course, if we come together, why not? We can produce a governor. If we work very hard, that is it. Every job is.
So that made a lot of people believe then that if Uzor Kalu is willing to pull trigger, in which the journalist felt he said he will kill, which, literally that's also a meaning. I pull the trigger, I will lay anything down, I will, you know what I mean? So there's something about these guys that I will keep reminding us, especially those of you who are keenly following all this brouhaha, political development in Nigeria, right? There's something I will keep reminding you, and that is, these guys don't hide what they want to do. They lay them in the open. They talk about what they are going to do freely. But guess what? The undiscerning citizens are more interested in sound bites so that they can use that to banter and all that. And whenever their charade election comes up, a lot of them now will be showing a bit of a surprise. Why would they do that? Why did they do, you know what I mean? How did that happen? But they have always been given the sign. Now, it's just on the side. there is another guy who just said that he himself is also going to be working for Tinubu. And that shouldn't be a big deal, right? But again, I don't know how many of you who have also noticed this. Majority of Peter Obi's critics, they don't really have problem with him. Their main problem is with the obedience. And therefore, but because they seemed more like, you know what, if you abuse me, I will just send you to your father kind of treatment, you know? Because when you look at some of those who have kind of like a spoken, even if when they attack him in a way to make it look like he's your president and all of that stuff, like what they expected of him, and you're like, even if, I mean, if you can have half of this expectation, the same expectation or the standard you put to be, right? If you put Tinubu on half of that, there's a possibility that you may be pressuring them to do the right thing, and it may actually work. I don't know how many of you have noticed that too. Now, to get Tinubu's attention, this is another one. No? This is independent observation, so you can tell me what you observe, right? Independent observation. Have you noticed as well that whenever people want to get the attention of Tinubu, they have to go on a roll by attacking Peter Obi? They can make up anything. I mean, they can repeat what is already out there. All they just need to do is, if they manage to get airtime, they will get the attention of Tinubu or those around Tinubu. Have you noticed that? Because sometimes you just see one random person. Here you get now, like, just random. They will be passionately telling you how, you know, Peter Obi is, in fact, you know, let me tell you. And I'm like, why are you so passionate talking about this guy? When you could be really put half of that passion into mounting pressure on the ones whose actions affect all of us. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is a pattern. You just probably need to pay attention if you have not been paying attention. So Segun Sowunmi, just about 2 weeks ago, Segun Sowunmi was on his Atiku's spokesperson. Is like Bulaba, that's Dani Bulaba. Among those whose loyalty could be bought anytime, and they are so loud as well, and at the same time very empty. Right? So about 2 weeks ago, I don't know, you know, he had a spat with I think the Obedient again online, I mean on Twitter. X former Twitter, anyway. And he went on to take it on Obi. He called him Obi-Oma, the tailor or something. How many of you remember that time? Like, unprovoked. Here you get, you said something, and people started dragging him. And everybody just assumed that they are obedient, dragging him. The next thing, he just went on this, I mean, tirade on Twitter. Just like, you know, tweeting is like talking to yourself, expecting somebody to get mad. Here you get. He just went on this roll. That same, or the following day. Oh, sorry. I think at the same day or the following day, he met with Peter Obi. I think their path crossed. He took picture, you know, then he went on TV to say this.
Being excluded, Peter Obi went on his own frolic, was able to pull or allocated 6.2 million votes, and you lose the election, you run all the way to Supreme Court, you lose. Or at least it was adjudged that you lost. Any deep-thinking, fair-minded Nigerian who is in the political party called PDP ought to know that the greatest necessary next step is to have the conversation of how do you bring Peter back Because you can tell that the energy that is driving him is organic.
So there is
being excluded.
So that was when he met with Obi. Then Salah came. Ileya, where people were complaining about the price of Roleya and all of that. So, traditional rulers, so religious leaders, so political this, so and that, so everybody turned their Tinubu's body loans house to Mecca. So was Sowunmi. And when he met with Tinubu on that same program, music changed.
You visiting the president, does it sound like
Ask your question so I can answer.
No, I'm asking you.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, you are anticipating a certain question.
No.
But I'm building up to that question.
Okay,
so the question is, does it sound to you, did you get a permission, like Governor Wike said he did, at the world,
got the
local
permission for an
government,
appointment.
to get the appointment? Did you get a permission before meeting?
Can you just
meeting the president?
Can you just relax?
I'm relaxed.
Okay, thank you. You know, I feel that you should have the right of first to hear the story, because you are my man like that. Everybody knows that I've known Ashaju for a long time, even way before he became a governor. He was governor for 8 years. I never visited him. And he ran and luckily put Buhari, in that team 2 times. I never visited him. When his party, the APC, won election in 2015, I knew that some rescue had come for those of us who believe in the pan-Nigeria stable democracy. I was invited, but I felt at that time that, look, let's let the party just survive. And those who brought it in at first, let them settle the party and grow it organically. I don't like to go to people when I have not invested some energy into their play. Now, I have been in PDP longer than most, and I'm sure that if we were to go into the archives and we were to bring all the rushes of interviews of people that have done for PDP, nobody bar none since 1999. Now, what happened? I had gone home for Salah, and one of our leaders, whom I will not mention, a deputy governor, had called me, and I thought he wanted to just, say hello to me. And lo and behold, he said, hold on. And, how are you? This. You have to come and see me. Now, let's just start from the fact that who the hell is the person I'm going to take permission for to see the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
So the President spoke to you on the phone of the deputy governor?
You're not listening.
I'm trying to understand
I'm giving you as much as I can.
So if I'm sitting with her, he doesn't understand
I'm trying to give you as much as I can. I'm
yeah.
trying to give you as much as I can within limits.
Okay.
From the phone of the deputy governor, I knew that I was invited to have a meeting with him. The next day, I was still free. The third day, I had to go. My instinct was, okay, why not? He's been in government now for 2 years. It's not a bad time to go and have a conversation with him. Those who know me well, especially in Ogun, they know that I used to run a program called Lion's Den. Show is hotter than politics today. I don't ask easy questions. I ask very tough questions. I ask very probing questions in the most polite way. But there'll be questions that if you don't answer, you'll even know that you kind of don't know the answer. And I have a deep relationship with the president. I can look at him from a distance and look at what he's doing from a distance without talking to him for 10 years. And I can always put the block, okay, this is why he did this is why he did this is why he did it. I've known him since 94. And I did not know him as his cheerleader. I knew him as a thought leader. I was engaging in the process of how do we rescue this country. And even at that, I was not in his part, never been. I had to go to him now for 3 reasons. The first was that I was concerned that this democracy was faltering. And I didn't think it was his fault, even though he was mostly blamed. I could not understand how, after about 20-something years, political parties would just suddenly assume that they have an escape route of blaming others for their own woes. I didn't like that, and I wanted to be sure that what was going on there. The second reason is that I began to become a little bit uncomfortable with the demonizing of all policies by those who don't understand what it takes to design futuristic ideas that could work. The third was that I felt, okay, Perhaps if I spoke to him, if I visited, we would engage the way we usually engaged, you know, and I'll be able to decipher the state of his. Some people talk about his frailty, and I told you here before that I know him the way his mind works. So I jumped on that invitation. I was actually prepared for Judeo, but with all the ensemble. My friend Aregbe, I'm sorry I couldn't make it. So I went there. Now let me start giving you the gist. Oh God. First of all, his brain is very alert. His feet, never mind that he's frail. The type of questions I asked him, you know, when you're asking someone a question and the person is answering without looking at a book, and he's answering the way you know that, okay, he's saying it the way he sees it, and you are agreeing, you have to know that the touch point at which he's answering those questions are previously reflected. And you've never invited me to an interview giving the question before I come. It was like that. I asked him, let me share one.
So the president was mentally and psychologically alert.
Oh God. His brainwave, because I've known him for a while and I know how he thinks. His brainwave. Oh, sure, I don't do psychophancy. I don't even know how to be, I don't know how to do it. You opened up by saying whether I wanted to be on an appointment. The only time I was ever on an appointment in government was the government of Ben Kalu. When I was in government, to his credit, I was like a pain in the ass. You know why? I can't stand when people get up one after the other, one meeting, just do psychophancy instead of cutting to the cheese. I used to do that a lot. If I have a soft spot for Dana, it's because he had the ability to take it on. The hotter, the better.
Kí ọmọ ọkùnrin, a full-grown man, a man that is over 50, to comfortably sit there and be making up scenario in such a way that he started dramatizing it. What did he ask Tinubu that Tinubu needed to look into the book before answering? They are always like that. As leakers, extraordinaire. His brain wave. Which brain wave? Yeah? Just his brain goes into sleeping mode or sluggish mode in public, but it's always those of you who met him. It is always you that will tell us that his brain is it's like that of Barrister, you know, Sikiru Barrister, you know. Sikiru the Barrister, right? To those who are Wiji fans, right? And then Gbenga Adeboye. So Gbenga Adeboye was kind of like mimicking an elderly woman who was describing Barrister. That's is late now. So late Sikiru the Barrister, right? So she was describing him as somebody who lies a lot. I was, why, Mama? Why would you say Barrister? I mean, Chief Dr. Sikiru the Barrister is our father. You can't say an elderly person is lying like that. I was like, no, Dake, your father lied too much. Because of money. Somebody whose entire teeth, like somebody who has no real teeth, or the teeth are like all like rotting. Once you spray money, once you give Barrister money, right? Once you give this legend money, it simply means that you have the best set of teeth in the world. That is, oh my God, look at this beautiful, well-crafted set of teeth, right? So, and he was pretty much like saying, once you pay him, he will praise you. Somebody who is like a dwarf. Instead of saying, oh, this person is a dwarf. Oh, dwarf, dance to me, dwarf. No. It would be like Akuru Yejunoni. That means somebody who is, short and at the same time fits the dance. Just praise, make that person feel bigger than who they are. You get what I mean now? That's the level of what the drama that Sowunmi is putting up. And that shouldn't surprise anyone, but that is not the only reason why I want you to hear that, because this guy has gone on to say other horrible things in such a way that I am like, why are men like this? Why are they all like this? Is Nigeria that like tough? There are some of these guys that you can barely say what they do for a living and say, oh, this one is this is his source of income, or this is his job. Or you can't really tell what they do for a living, but they are always out there. You understand now? Clinging around, looking for access, because that's what most people are actually looking for, by the way. Access. Once they have the access, Baba, leave the rest to them. He did continue to describe how brainy Tinubu was when he met him. And he would be working for Tinubu. And when he wants to do that, he will leave PDP and join APC and work for him. Of course, we know why he would have to. For his brain, come on now. Ṣọ́nà àtijọ́ àti wọ̀nyí náà ṣá. Ẹ̀gbọ́n, ọ̀nà àtijọ́ àti wọ̀nyí ṣá. Oh.
Yashab is brilliant. Just forget all that nonsense. He's a very, very brilliant man. And when I say he's brilliant, even if I were to compare him with all the others, and there's nobody that I don't know and I don't engage and all. There are people that I've engaged, and when I just listen to them, even among the ones who you could call his rivals, I look at them, I listen to what they say, and I just shake my head. And there are those that I look at them and say, this one is so damn shallow, it's unbelievable. You know?
All right.
But he's brilliant.
So you're saying that he's smarter than his rivals?
By miles.
Does that include Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi?
Come on. When I say smarter than his rival, he's smarter than almost everybody within that age grade. Yashab is brilliant. Just forget all that nonsense. He's a very, very brilliant.
Forget about that nonsense. He's a very brilliant man. Very brilliant, okay. What I will get here. Thanks for coming. You know how much they say Tinubu give. Thanks for coming. These characters, all of these guys. Oh, thanks for coming. Let's see, we collect smallest. They collect 5 million naira. Thanks for coming. All those royal fathers, all of them, right? Bag like that. You can't go inside and come out and they give you what they call honorarium. Honorarium. That's what they call it. Yeah? And then they will tell you. So are you saying if the president of Nigeria invites you now, you are not going to go? I've been reading comments like that online. People without credibility. Generation without fame. Simply because we have a generation or generations who have been denied the critical piece of history. And the rogues who are supposed to possibly appear in the darkest part of history of that contraption are being glorified as their leaders. A generation that doesn't even understand how to actually fight their real enemies. Rather, here you are. If the president invites you, won't you go? Won't you go? Another one said, why would the president even invite you? You, this one, Have you done anything meaningful that president will invite you? I was like, really? President, nobody needs to meet any president, for goodness sake. But when his action or his policies affects you, Baba, you don't need to meet them. So good or bad, you'll be the one to say, I say, I've been living in this, in the UK now for 13 years, right? And I have seen things, like I have seen projects done that you will see them when they are doing this road. They've shot this part of the road, shot that part of the road, and it's going to last for 1 week. It's going to last for 1 year. They will tell you all of, you know what I mean? Like you get to see as they are happening, but they want to develop this new housing projects. You know, they want to, all these things, you see, I have seen a lot of them happen. I have seen bad roads in Glasgow fixed. I have seen new roads built, right? I have seen expansion happen. I have seen things done. I have never seen the poster of a politician commissioning any of them. But I know the criminal politicians in Nigeria have their reason why they continue to put that on your faces, you know, what do you call them? All these fake projects, white elephant projects over inflated project that they will do haphazardly and then roll out the drones, you know. But you have a place where the criminals don't have to do all of that, or your criminal just don't have to do all of that. Once you meet them, oh, I didn't even know that he's such a very, Omo, when I saw Tinubu like this, you don't say me, I don't like him. He was so, you need to, man, he's such a very nice person. He's so calm. He carried my daughter. He said, can I say hello? I said, oh my God. He looks very well. Yeah, he's an old man. He's a little bit irritated and all that, but I can't believe it. Hard. What's that called again? Is that starstruck? Or starstruck? Or star? Yeah. I have seen people who will join you to say we deserve better, and when they see those who put them in that situation, then they automatically change it and say, well, you don't understand, it's not that easy. That's where you are now, they shout, we no go agree, we no go agree. Lie, never, we no go agree. And then we go to tell you, say, about your own self too much. I have seen that. Here you get now, the moment they meet the targets, and you say, instead of you to say, Spartans, attack! Baba, people where they sing, we no go agree, we no go agree. Have you been in a protest before? I've been in few. And it is kind of, an adventure that is, built momentarily, like it's the momentum that you have to build over time. And it keeps getting, before you know, they say, I look at spirit, don't enter everybody now. This time, you will see police. I say, if they all kill us. But you don't get any bulletproof or anything. No. But that moment, you don't get charged. Hey, police. Some day they go, they sing. Police, yeah, police, yeah. I can't remember some of the songs, so sorry. And then when you get closer to the target, you will say, Koolu temper. Come, they said that they have heard us that we should send 2 people inside. Maybe we'll come talk and then come out. They said we should stop singing and all of that stuff. And if you say, no, they must come out here and talk to us. Once the target show, or may not even show, and 2, 3 of you don't go behind the crowd, before you know it, now the same people go, they tell you, say, I don't know, you always have too much. We did not come here to come and fight now. They said they have heard us. So let us know we leave. Say, no, we are not leaving, we must make. Your own is too much. If you don't sacrifice anyhow, Nigeria. And that's why we advise people who want to make it a career to be activists, particularly want to be an activist in that contraption. A genuine one, you must learn that when you pretend to be fighting for them, or when you are fighting for them, don't use your 2 hands. They are so treacherous, they are so duplicitous, and they are so deceitful, and they have no iota of integrity, so to say, majority of them. They will tell you if na you, once you see here in Nigeria, ask you, if na you no go do it. That's why you know that that country is cooked. So this guy, Sowunmi, also added that as 2027 concerned, his own personal regret, personal disappointment is Peter Obi. Remember what I told you, that you need to go harder on Peter Obi and you will get their attention. And he did get their attention. You know what I mean? So right now, I've just been trying, when I saw that news, I was like, what is the correlation and all that? I don't understand. Like, you're already disappointed in Peter Obi, even when you don't know if he's going to contest or not, or like 2027, that's 2 years away, you're already disappointed in him now. I think I get it. Right? But let us leave a show with me and go on and see another loudmouth praise singer. That is Wiki. So today in Abuja, People said some of what Tinubu and Wike are doing in Abuja, they are like what they call the lowest downgrading of standard. So Wike is adjudged to have done so well in the last 1.5 years when it comes to road repairs, link roads and all of them, 500-meter road here, 500-meter road here, 1.2 kilometer here, 2.2 here, the adjoining road to a new estate he just built, 500 meter there. These are supposed to be something that once they are completed, you put them to use. But with the Wike listed them as, including the roads that they had to fill in the potholes, fix some of the, the broken portion and all that. Something that should have normally be the work of a local government administrator. That's what they are pushing in Abuja with ridiculous prices on them. You will hear that they spent 15 billion in rehabilitating a road they did a patch, where they constructed a new bridge. You will see this bridge that is less than a 100-meter bridge. Yeah, you will see them with a price of 40 billion naira, 35 billion. All of this was like, it is like they are like running money laundering in that place. But still, it is what their base loves and not what they think they love. When critical infrastructure, when I say critical too, I'm talking about roads. I'm talking about schools, hospitals are all breaking apart in the midst of what this press singing inside that same Abuja with evidence. Come on, with a Wike, it will always be there.
My Excellency, let me let you know that this road was awarded by your administration. It is not one of those projects that we inherited. Having worked with you for a few years, I've seen how passionate you are about violation of.
Just so you know, a quick one before you continue. This particular one they are, right, is the road, they say it is a 500 or 600 meter road to the judges' quarters. Do you all remember that with a Wike said they needed to build new houses for judges in Abuja? And then he went on to take somebody's land. Yeah, you remember that park? That man that was crying that they've taken his land with a Wike. Now, for your 2027 journey, like he did in Rivers, right? So with a Wike, asked that he should get approval to build houses for judges. And he got the approval of a 44 or so billion naira to build houses for judges. So part of that land he stole from that private citizen is where he built his judges' quarters. And they built a road to the place. That's what they are commissioning in that place in this video. Okay? And then they have another adjoining, link road that was also commissioned, right? But I'm coming to that. Listen.
My Excellency, let me let you know that this road was awarded by your administration. It is not one of those projects that we inherited. Having worked with you for a few years, I've seen how passionate you are about violation of contracts and abandonment of contracts. This job was awarded by the Federal Council last year, September, and we flagged off this project October. And I told the contractors, I said, listen, I don't want to hear whatever it will take you. If I pay you under any season, you must work under any season. If I pay you dry season, you must work dry season. I don't want to hear that, oh, the rain was too much. Return the money so that we can keep it after the rain, we can pay you. You can't keep our money when we are paid, you say it's raining. No, send our money back. But I'm quite elated. Initially, I was skeptical about the contractor CGC until when you appointed us sometimes in August 2023. The road from the presidential villa going to the Asokoro, that interchange, I couldn't believe that we can have it, that it was done by CGC, even though it was not awarded under administration, but everybody saw how that place was. So I started having confidence in them. And I told them, are you sure that Mr. President will commission this project in his second year in office? They said yes. I said, are you sure? They said yes. Should I include it as part of the project to be commissioned? They said yes. I said, you see, to look for my trouble is no good though. Now you have made promise. You have to keep to the promise. But let me tell you what you have done that has created confidence in contractors today. This road was awarded, it stopped somewhere. So in one of my inspection time I came here, I said, where does this road lead to? They said, no, it stops there. I said, what is the meaning? Without a road connecting to another road. They saw that the village, they are giving problem. I said, why would they give problem? They don't want development. I think they are saying that they are from FCT, they are the city. Part of being in the city is that you have to make sacrifices. Those of us who are from the city, our lands are gone. As far as I speak to you, even when somebody dies there, where to even do canopy is a problem. But that is the sacrifice you must make, coming from the city. So if you are happy that you are from the city, you must also make a sacrifice. I sat down with the chiefs, they are there. Even though they gave me problem too. But when they saw my own problem was bigger, they said, let's talk better, settle this matter. For the first time,
I don't think you want to listen to all of that, right? So let's cut it short, right? Before we head out of Koolu.
We all have finished them to the glory of God, because no contractor will be left, because you borrow money and they don't pay them on time. Of course, variation upon variation. They know in my dictionary, there's no variation. So if I don't have the money, I tell them, hold on, no pressure. So I'm happy. This road again leads to all the judges' quarters, the Court of Appeal, the Federal High Court, and the Federal Capital Territory. By the grace of God, I don't know the particular day where that will be commissioned, but I know that they have finished it, and the judges' quarters are almost ready. Your Excellency, we cannot thank you enough to have the opportunity to be part of this this going on in the country. I've seen that this morning I hardly watch some stations, I hardly. But sometimes, I don't know how spiritually I was touched. I was taught to just tune in, I was watching. I didn't know that people can be paid. I didn't know. And now I know that such people are paid. My duty now is to make sure not to give them high blood pressure. As they pain them, you go to sweet us. As they sweet us, you go to pain them. That's my job. That's my job. That's my business. I will be happy every time, moving, laughing. And then they will be there fighting and shouting and killing themselves. So, Mr. President, we want to thank you that we are part of this, what is going on, the revolution that is going on. Your good work has skilled coalition. I was thinking that truly there will be coalition. So when they see what's happening every day, and I told my people, make sure that every national television must book in. So if they turn to DBN, they are watching Mr. President. If they turn to TVC, it's Mr. President. If they go to channel, Mr. President. If you go to MTA, Mr. President. Even the one I don't watch Arise, Mr. President. So very good, Papa, I don't follow Tinubu. If you see my mama, tell them I don't follow Tinubu. So they have no choice, and they must watch it for 17 days. That's what they can do. So, sir, Abuja Abuja should tell you, please, they are happy. That even though you are giving them 10 days, the other ones will be shared by the VP, Senate President, and Speaker. But please help us. So that these people who say they are not happy, their BP will go up. By Friday, we'll go to Ampo, 15-kilometer road to Wasa. By Monday, we'll be N5 life camp. By Tuesday, I make care for that. So they won't know what to do. Coalition is bound to fail, and it has failed. So, Mr. President, let me therefore invite you to come and talk to your people and then inaugurate this beautiful road that within 8 months, done.
Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance leleyi. Nuisance.
So Nigeria is actually in the gutters. So let me explain. Do you know that that meeting, that gathering is about uncompleted projects, right? But because they need validation. Do you understand? They love it as majority of you are talking about them. To them, it is to continue to give you high blood pressure by displaying incompetence in a way that you've never seen it before. Federal government of Nigeria, the president of the country, is out to commission rehabilitated patch road of 2.7 kilometers. This is not a new road, though. They didn't build any new road from fresh. Then he's there to commission a 500 meter, less than 1 kilometer, road that leads to judges' quarters that is not completed. But they are commissioning the 500 meter road to the site of uncompleted projects. And they said it is to make your high blood pressure. Those of you who talk about them, you know, it's about validation for them. You see where Tinubu was making his head like this. Tomorrow we go to Akpo. Tuesday we go to INEC headquarters, because in all of this there is not a single industry put up that will be part and parcel of their second year and celebration in Abuja. For example, Mr. President, in the last 1 year, we have brought, I'm just saying, you know, we have brought in these so investors, and in your honor, we are going to commission these new factories. These new factories, one here, one there, one here, here. They will be so honored to have you, because it is during your time that they all came, and within a year, they have completed their construction of their what do you call that again? Of their factories or something. Something to say, and they have added, Mr. President, and they have added at least 10,000 new jobs to Abuja, meaning Abuja municipal, I've been Abuja city, we indeed will be making more money. No. It's about awarding contract. That is what it is for these guys. Awarding 500 meter road for 2 billion naira. Awarding the completion of vice president's house for 21 billion. You get? Build a judge's quarter for 44 billion. Contract. Here you get. We give you this contract. You will do that one. I'll give you the one for Akpo Bridge. They tell me that you are a very good boy. I'm going to test you. Now, you know what? I'll give you the job for Akpo Market. You will repaint Akpo Markets. All right? And the boys they will take care of you. All right? Okay. Yeah, good. We have repainted Akpo Markets and added waste bin. So let us go there. Nothing really on human capital development. You know what they say? I don't know they call that thing again. Human Development Index, Abi. Anyway, it doesn't really matter to them. So Koolu and the people in that area, how they welcomed him and what he said there is also part of this chat this evening. Here is Koolu.
Of our people in Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Like president of a country is commissioning 500-meter road, is commissioning rehabilitated road. And when they say rehabilitated, this is not like a upgraded road though. Rehabilitated in their own word is that where there is potholes, they will fill in the potholes, and the broken part, they will fix that, and they will paint the median and all that. Then they will bring a road sweeper to sweep it. Not that they are constructing any road like from the scratch, but he did construct some of this township road though, right? Because they gave that to him, that he's been reconstructing some, and he has been, but these are like local government projects now. I mean, in my own opinion. But no. They need to make Tinubu feel so good. Did you see that part? They said Tinubu, the reason why they have paid all the media houses to every day show this display of substandard, what have you, this show of shame, so to say, because they are shameless, and you cannot shame the shameless, they say, okay? So now they have paid millions. God knows how much millions. They may come back and tell you that maybe that even cost them like 1 billion or 2 billion or even maybe billions. So media houses to keep showing where the wiki is banned, and then a Koolu, okay, doing all these displays, dropping flippant statements and all of that stuff, and then hoping that somebody is going to die of hypertension, high blood pressure. Because they need to hear that some people are angry, or even discussing all this, display and all that, right? Validation. Koolu.
Under our Renew Hope agenda. Since assuming office in May 23, this administration has been guided by a philosophy anchored on reform and regeneration. Today, we've seen tangible proof of that philosophy in action. The corridor was underdeveloped for years, despite the central role in the Abuja master plan. Today, that narrative has changed. What was once missing as a link is now a modern, functional, and durable infrastructure. The artery, fully realized through the leadership of the FCT administration under the Honorable Minister, Barrister Wike. This road will ease traffic, congestion around central Abuja, and improved connectivity to developing districts such as Katampe and Jahi and Mambushi. It will stimulate housing and business growth while serving as a foundation for future city integration. Infrastructure is not a luxury. It is a necessity. It is the bedrock of national competitiveness, growth, social integration, and economic opportunity. We recognize that our nation's development is linked to the quality of infrastructure, connecting people, cities, and industries. There's no way industrialization will flourish without good roads. We are investing in roads, rail, power, healthcare, education, and digital infrastructure. It is only through this coordinated and integrated development that we can unlock Nigeria's full potential. I promise you we will. Once again, I commend the Honorable Minister of FCT, Barrister Anyos Wike, his team, because he could not work alone. He could not achieve this alone. Without your collaboration as a team builder, a team player, it is impossible. But you have proved that teamship is the hallmark of good leadership. The role belongs to the communities and citizens of Abuja and us as the federal government. I urge you to protect it and use it wisely. The government has played its part. We did not ignore you. We did not worry about protest. And as I commissioned this road, insisting to the glory of God Almighty, I reaffirmed our commitment that we will continue to build, we will continue to serve the people, no matter how much the naysayers pursue their politics. We have somebody in Uzor Wike. He's not a member of my party, not yet. But the day he changes his mind and registered with Progressive, we will welcome him. Because we will enjoy him in singing. As he dey pain us, he dey sweet us.
As he dey pain them, he dey sweet us. As he dey sweet us, we will dey pain them.
Thank you very much.
Koolu. So, where the Wike won't go to APC, Egbekegbe, is in PDP, and he has just one job, and that is to keep them perpetually disorganized in disarray. Now, you can pretend that, how did they do that? Or how did Tinubu influence what is going on there? I won't be the one to explain that to you, okay? But here is someone that passionately was deceiving the people, but he's so good at it that you possibly will now see him as somebody who was only saying something that majority are suffering, but is only looking for something to get the attention of the guy that put all of you in that misery. I'm talking about Segun Sowunmi, a bit of a throwback again. That's the Tinubu he listened to. Changed his mind. But before listening to Tinubu and his brilliant brain, this was Segun.
Have you checked what the latest Amnesty International rating is about our country? Have you checked? Have you checked the last misery index for this country? Misery index, which is the index of which they use to see whether the society is like stable and people are not exactly miserable and sad. Have you checked the last opportunity of even the United States now removing us and adding us into the list of countries that are about to fail? Look, we own this country. It's ours.
Countries that are about to
fail, potentially having the capacity to fail. Now, if you see all of this and you say, oh, all is well, then we'll just say that, okay, maybe you're living in a different Nigeria from the one that all of us are living. But that apart, you want us to rate them. What are we going to rate them on? I thought we would be able to say, oh, they've done well on power, until the minister says, Jesus Christ can solve power, forgetting the fact that he had earlier said, within a couple of days, power will be good. Now, we've had a couple of times when even the entire grid will collapse. I thought we would have been able to, kind of rate them well on roads, until the same minister says, all the roads in Nigeria are sparkling good. They're like the highway.
Mr. Sowunmi, I'm sure you read that statement. Is that what the minister said? I don't want us to misrepresent what he said, just for the sake of pushing out.
Did I misrepresent him?
Is that what the minister said?
Is it not in public domain?
No, Mr. Sowunmi, you know how things work. I mean, have you read that statement?
I do not deal with the rebuttal of government officials. You know why?
Mr. Sowunmi, did you read that statement? And was that what? Can you paraphrase what he said?
My understanding of that statement is that he said all the roads in Nigeria is good. And I said to him, no, you've not gone to all the roads in Nigeria. You've not even gone to the roads that are before your nose. Have you checked what the...
But if you say he's hungry, we'll tell you that he's not hungry. It's that all of this noise is for access. Be careful of those you are going to join in shouting one Nigeria, one Nigeria, one Nigeria, because majority are actually hungry. When I say hungry, it's not that they are hungry right now, but the reason why criminals in Nigeria have shown an excessive greed in their looting, by research, or you get now. The reason why they have shown that excessive level of greed in their looting is because majority of them, more than 90% of them, they are from their background. They were from the very, 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 very poor background. You get now. But somehow, over the years, right, they have managed to bridge that gap. But the fear of poverty is the reason why you see them steal so much money that they don't even know what they want to do with it. The money they don't need. Ask yourself, what would somebody do with 100 billion naira? And you are like 60 years old and you have stolen 100 billion naira. Like even if you start spending 10 million naira every day, you won't finish it in 50 years. But you're so greedy, so self-centered, enough that some will steal as much as 500, $1 billion, $2 billion. Excessive greed, right? But let me make everybody still pretend, because there's only one end to all of this, right? It is either we end this contraption and the criminals, or the contraption will continue to end us. Trust me. One of them ran mad at the airport this morning. Is where Adamu Oshi-Omo-Ole, the former governor of Edo State, former NLC president, former Edo State governor, and former APC, Egbekebeze chairman, and now he's a senator representing somewhere in Edo State. They said they had an appointment in Abuja this morning. Booked the flight that was to leave like 6:30 in the morning. You know, if you are a regular flyer, which I believe he is too, right? Adamu Oshi-Omo-Ole arrived at the airport. You know that boarding will start at least an hour before, an hour before flight time, right? Or departure is called, meaning you are advised to at least try to be at the airport an hour before departure. So, to the shock of so many, Adamu Oshi-Omo-Ole enter the departure terminal, or the terminal for the hairpiece. And it was like, the flight was 6:30 in the morning. Oshi-Omo-Ole got there at 6:20 in the morning. Meaning they've concluded boarding, they've closed their days. The aircraft is already on the tarmac, like taxiing, ready to move. And the next thing that happened is unbelievable. At least let's leave it on record.
No, that's what they are saying, that it's overbooked. That's right. Why the answer?
So, and they told him, they said, oh, the plane just left. There's nothing we can do. Like, that can be on us. We've done our job. We've cleared the passengers. We've boarded them. We've closed the aircraft. We are back on our desk to attend to other, passengers. No, Oshi-Omo-Ole, no go grill. At a point, the last part of the video was saying, he shut the supposed exit door where people would have to, passengers will have to pass through when it's time to go and board. Sort of, right? He shut it. He sat there on his own briefcase. I said nobody was going anywhere. These were not guys who were on his own flight. These were the other people who are also flying, and they had their own flight to catch as well. That was when they put up that drama. Here is what Hairpiece put out. The statement put out by the Hairpiece. Here they said, unruly conduct by a thug criminal politician at Lagos airports. So APC reaffirms zero tolerance for violence. Right? So here is their own part of the supposed story. So APC, okay, let's go to the second paragraph rather because of time. The prominent individual, Oshi-Omo-Ole in question, arrived at Muritala Mohammed Airport at Terminal 1, Zulu Hall, at approximately 6:10 a.m. for flight this scheduled to depart Lagos for Abuja at 6:30 a.m. In line with our standard on-time departure policy, Earpiece and standard departure policy. We'll leave that one first. On-time departure, really. Anyway, the boarding process had closed, and the flight departed as scheduled. Upon being informed of the missed flight, the politician resorted to violence, physically assaulting our staff, forcefully barricading the terminal's entrance. He went as far as sealing the entry gates and manning the access point, effectively obstructing other passengers from gaining entry into the terminal. This unacceptable behavior caused significant disruption to ongoing operations and affected numerous travelers scheduled for various flights. To minimize further inconvenience, Earpiece swiftly activated an operational contingency plan to board affected passengers through an alternate terminal, ensuring the continuity of their travel plans. We are deeply saddened that such a high-profile figure displayed conduct so unbecoming and disruptive to fellow passengers and our personnel. Earpiece maintains a zero-tolerance stance on violence or any form of aggression against our staff and passengers. We urge all guests to remain civil and cooperative at all times. Aviation, blah, 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 blah. That's not our business anymore. Elders, our leaders, elders. What happened to all his money? These guys have their own private jets. What happened? Lagos or Abuja, or when you go to the private hangar, presidential wing, you will see packed private jets owned by these politicians. Like, I don't know. I don't even know why I'm bothering myself. Just put it out there to understand the character, the rogues parading the, parading the space or corridors of power in that contraption. Just the other day, it was a pastor who was seen flashing or threatening a vlogger, and then later turned it into he was an aggressive person. Like, anyway, as you have these people as you have these mad people in political power in that contraption, you also have others. Madness in Nigeria is of different cadre. You know what I mean? Like, it's of different categories. So you have those ones who are like rich criminals. There are those who are like rich, but they're criminals as well. Then you have those ones who are like a middle class. They're criminals too. And then you have those ones who are like at the bottom barrel. Those ones who are like the wrong bottom of the whole ladder, right? They are criminals too. It is like the society that produces all kinds of criminality that is if you begin to probe, right, it's like somebody commits a crime right now. Okay. And you're like, why would you even do this? Like, why would you do that? You know, as I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't understand what came over me. Why would you just take a phone and smash a phone? Why would you smash and break? I mean, sorry, like break a windshield. Why would you? Such questions that you'll be like, something must be bothering you. There are other ones that you'll be like, why would you have to do that? Right? Why would you do that? And they say, oh, you're like, because it's unbelievable that except something is wrong with you, except if you actually have maybe mental problem, psychosis, mental health issue, and stuff like that, has not been diagnosed or detected or treated. Because why would one person steal so much money, right? And then bury the money? Money meant for healthcare, money meant for education or children education and all of that. So, payment for teachers or doctors, and somebody steals the money, then bag the money and put the money inside the soakaway. You know, when you sit down and try to process that, be like, man, that one is not ordinary. You can't. I mean, no normal person would do that, right? You see, like, no normal person would do that, except somebody who is mad. Abi, that's exactly how I felt when I saw a video of a person. I mean, they call him Bola guys, right? They are so much like a pandemic in that place, by the way, where some young people, right, they will demolish a structure simply because they want to take the iron inside it. Baba, if they tell you, say this person with inside this video is, if I tell you this person is mad, you are likely not going to agree with me and say, no, he's just, that's what they do, or he's poor. I hope some of you will probably see what I see or what I saw, because this is not right. These guys don't do any project, these criminal politicians, and wherever they manage to try to do something, then you see another set of citizens take it upon themselves to destroy it because they want to take the iron rod inside it. This one happened in Delta, a drainage demolished by a lunatic. I want to steal iron.
How do you stand for here? Stand for here. Stand for here. Stand here. Where you said your ID card. Where ID card? No, stay here. Stay here. No, I don't run side. No, stay here. Where? Who give you? Wait, listen. Look at me. Who give you the right to break this thing? Explain it loud. I want to hear you loud. Nobody give up. Nobody give up. Huh? So you don't destroy what you carry the rod. Very good. Yeah. And the rod is come from. So nobody. Where the phone man? Where your phone? Where your phone? Huh? Oh. Who paid that machine with that time? Huh? You came from a crime will come and steal in Delta. Oh, you don't work with the company. You don't work with the company. So the company is trying to break this thing. If the company won't break this thing. Okay. I just called the commissioner in charge of this project and he said they know nothing about your activities. Do you know how it takes this Abia Governor to finish this project? Do you know? Put out for this motor. Back on this place. Back on. Yeah, try for this motor. Carry this camera. Carry it. When I'm talking about this. Carry this one. Carry it down. Okay. Nobody robbed with it.
One of these roads, yes,
Like, what the hell, man? Eh? So in your own mind, do you think that is like normal? Eh? You see a newly constructed road or ongoing construction in a very quiet area, and you brought out the guys and what have you, and you started smashing and destroying them because you want to steal the road. That can be normal. That is not hunger. Forget about this. They are hungry. No. This is not hunger. This is criminal, right? And it is also crazy. You know, I remember years back, right? When I just when I got my first car, and usually when I leave work, maybe late at night, so I'll just go live inside my car on Facebook, right? And then, you know, after the motorway back in the street, and you have to, like, you know, going from one street to the other, and you see all these cars parked, people park all their cars on the streets. And I noticed back then, right, that my viewers in Nigeria, they usually ask questions like, so people leave their car outside. Hey, if our see this area last song, they go just they chop up all this side mirror, all this car stereo. And I was like, I used to notice that. So one day I now said, if you come in and steal somebody's car radio, stereo, or you steal their side mirror, where are you going to sell it? Would you pack all of them together and ship them to Africa? Where are you going to sell it? Go. Who's going to buy it from you? So if there is no buyer, there will not be supplier. You get me now? Because if there is a supplier and there is no buyer, the what do you call it? The route of transaction would ordinarily die. There will not be any. I mean, it won't even exist. There will be no existing business when there is no buyer. But Nigeria has created markets for things like this, right? It's unfortunate, you know. We have scrap yards here. But as an individual, wherever you call yourself, you must be able to account for everything that you are taking to any yard to sell. I don't think it's the same in that place. Because why would you just go on? The energy though, and no wonder that somehow, rather for Nigeria to attract real investors for real, from China, from Lebanon, Lebanese, all these places. So Nigeria continues to attract some of their criminals too. I mean, you will see these Chinese and all these Asians and some of them who have their people in Nigeria perpetuating criminality, involved in illegal mining, and every day Nigeria resources are being siphoned and stolen out of Nigeria, and it keeps living. You get what I mean? Something that Nigerians will never try in all these places. One of them was caught, I think, yesterday, right? What the Chinese man they do for illegal mining spots? If it's not the one funding it, and indirectly at the same time funding terrorists. Did you see this video yesterday?
akwai suke zuwa ba amma wannan yana cikin wanda suke kawo kaya irin su ne amma dan shege ya ce daga cina da zuwa yi dan buro ba dan buro ba kashe shi you leave China you leave Chad come Nigeria when they carry this thing they give Boko Haram so they kill us
from China
Chad I know Chad. Nigeria. When it's a bush, what think you go inside bush? What think you go inside bush? It's a bush. You the crazy if it's a bush then catch you. I say, "Kinta ja kama kaba." Kaka chu one kind. Kaka chu.
So he was caught working with Boko Haram. Baba, they said the guy is helping the Boko Haram to operate their drones. Right? Chinese operating illegal mine, working with Boko Haram. What else are we missing? Why is Nigeria attracting this kind of people? What about Nigeria government? Like, they are spending trillions, right, on fighting terrorism. And rather than the terrorism to die, it has become an industry. So everybody comes out and say, oh yeah, we believe there are some external factors. But what are you doing about those who are known to be foreign interests who are funding this terrorism because it helps them to continue to steal and loot, this illegally mined rare earth minerals from Nigeria. Billy Alakori is making his own money, obviously. So if they are not crossing his path, I don't think esprit de corps is not admissible here. Or it will be admissible. But that's what I think. Everybody is taking whatever they can take right now, like they know when Nigeria is going to end. I don't know if you're seeing it or you're not seeing it that way. It's up to you. The actions of these guys continue to point to something that some of us are, somehow, our inner voice saying something is cooking, something is happening. You cannot hate your country this much. You can't be this greedy and watch your country become so failed as you are currently witnessing. Normal share you get where they are making all their billions, trillions, they are looting, stealing, everybody. You will want to keep it fine, won't you? But when you look at how these guys are doing and their actions, it's like they know something we don't know. It's like they do know that the whole thing is going to end soon. You better take what you can take before the entire thing finally scatters. And I am not trying to finger your brain. I'm just being, now, trying to be curious sometimes. Because when you look at the happenings, and you want to put them side by side and say, well, this is not just greed. There's more to it. These people hate Nigerians. They hate Nigeria. But they can put up a show every now and then to tell people that, no, they love Nigeria. But their actions, everything they are doing shows that they hate that place. Because you care for what you love. You know that you will never treat what you love the way these guys are treating Nigeria. Would you? Be honest. Would you treat something you love the way these guys are treating Nigeria? No, you won't. And that is the point. You see, Nigeria has given them everything. Have you ever thought about that? We talk about their, we talk about their corruption. We talk about their ineptitude, incompetence, impunity, all those fancy, funny words to describe these rogues, you know? Have you ever possibly thought about like, Nigeria gives them everything. Their children, their family members, their friends, their concubines, their siblings, and God, man, even their old schoolmates, some of them ended up benefiting simply because these guys are holding power in that contraption. You give them everything. You don't get that. Nigeria doesn't give anybody benefits. You don't get any support. Indeed, you did kind of get a few things on subsidy, but they've removed all of that right now. You know? So you don't hold Nigeria that much. They hold Nigeria everything they are. They hold Nigeria. But look at how they are treating Nigeria and Nigerians. So you will tell me they love Nigeria so much. Would you treat what you love that way? Would anyone do that? I won't. And then you have all these rogues strolling in, strolling out. You know they can. And once in a while they get caught. And you mostly will never even hear or probably that's going to be the end of it. You know? Edo State. Somewhere in Edo. I saw something earlier. I was going to share that with us, but I'm coming back. See this one, flooding.
Like where you they go, Bato? Where is that? You go back. Go help, Savior. Savior, go help, Savior. We need help, run. Come on, this is the supermarket, so you don't boss. Water they carry people. Come on, come rescue team, come on. Water wait you. Give your phone, don't pass this one. Video, you don't let me. I'm going to see your papa. Can I be the thief? Can I be the thief? Look at this country. Go, clear. Declare no police. Like where you they go, Bato.
That was Edo. But for Lagos Ibadan, the tragedy that struck this afternoon, you know, was that of a fuel-laden tanker lost control, crashed, and then exploded, leading to, as it was reported, 2 cars, you know, burned, but no life lost. As at the time I last checked. But the fire or the smoke from it still pretty much out there. This was Lagos Ibadan Expressway this afternoon.
This is serious though. A tanker caught fire at Nasfat U-turn coming from Lagos, U-turn going back to Lagos, as you can see. And the fire has been under this canal, under this gutter, so it's coming down, and you can see that everywhere has erupted in fire, so no vehicle can move. The boom you are hearing is the fire, the fuel under those gutter. So as they are moving, they are catching fire. and you can see people all over. So this is Tipper garage close to Asheshe, close to Olowo Tedo. This is Olowo Tedo side. Today is Wednesday. What's today's date? Today is Wednesday. That is after Ilea, a new week. June. What's today's date? Hello, can you date any? No? Date any? When can you date any?
11.
Okay, today is 11th. Wednesday, June 2025. The vehicle is still burning. In the past 30 minutes or an hour, nobody to come and extinguish this fire, and it's going towards another filling station there. I think this needs to be done as quick as possible. Please help us share this video. This is serious though. A tanker
very serious. I don't know if they have put the fire out right now, but there's no reports of any life lost. In the last week alone, I have actually seen the news of exploded tankers, crashed tankers in Abuja, in Lagos, in this same Ibadan, then on this Lagos Ibadan Expressway in the last 1 week. Not to talk about market fire, market fires, you know, where we have seen surprise fires erupted in, popular markets that burned down multi-million naira worth of goods. It's just, man. But in all of it, right, in all of this, when Nigeria happened to you, sometimes some people don't live to tell the story. For those who live to tell the story, right? That means may God not preserve us for suffering or hardship. It's a very popular prayer to say, when somebody say, this is somebody, right, who is going through hell. They are like, what would be the usefulness of that mitogun? Like long life. So that's why they add prosperity to it. Oh, are you right? You get that now, like, why do you want to live long? You get what I mean now? Like, you are facing serious shege. Like, serious one. I'm not asking anybody to buy themselves, so sure you get, but it's kind of like, I don't know. The level of thinking that sometimes you have to be at a level of one kind of realm that you be like, wait, I am homeless, I don't get anything, I'm in Nigeria, I don't get this or that and all of that stuff. Going through it a lot, like you're going through it, gone. And then somebody says like, may God give you long life. And you're like, what would you use that for? But they say, well, if you're still alive, there is hope, right? Because Nigeria happens to people every day. Only, a handful of us can possibly say we live to tell this story. Here you get, live to tell this story. See this old man. I don't know how long he's been a king. But if they didn't add king, I would just say, the Fulani terrorists that kidnapped an old man, they released him after weeks in their custody. This is the story of this old man, 94-year-old monarch. He is a king. But Nigeria will humble you. You get what I mean? They took him from his communities. Person will be say he was supposed to be the spiritual guide for his own community as their leader. But they took him. 94-year-old man. When Nigeria happened to him, I hope to hear from him as well, like he's living to tell the story. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, that you are hearing. It's because transactions successful new. Because in Nigeria, that they kidnapped you and you are paying ransom, you've paid ransom, you're not guaranteed that you're going to be freed alive. Oh. So don't think that now God save am there. All this, I thank God. It's just a way to just kind of like have a bit of a closure to say, thank you, God, for letting this transaction to be successful. They kidnapped the monarch, the old man. Why would anybody kidnap a 94-year-old man in the first place? Because this afternoon, when that video made it to the internet, and I kept asking myself, because that's what I do most of the time before I bring some of this stuff to you. I'm always like, why would that even happen? What is the explanation for this? 94 years old. Baba now. Even if you smoke latrine as a terrorist, that's a person that can die while you are moving in. It can die in your hand there, right? But that's to tell you how deteriorated the situation is. They can keep glossing over it. But every day, we always have their victims to show you. And there is no one that is too young or too old to be a victim in that place, like a violent victim in that place. They also have those ones who possibly chases people on the streets. Those are the extortionists. This one happened in Ogun State, and somebody made a video. Government thugs.
Ní Providence yẹn mo ti kú o Providence ibi tí mo ti kú o lélẹ̀ so wọ́n mú mi wọ́n ní pé mo need pé kí n dá koto pé àwọn máa pe SARS àwọn máa fi SARS gbé mi so ibẹ̀ la wà báyìí ẹ pariwo station so wọ́n mú báìkì mi wọ́n ní pé ipe mo gbọ́dọ̀ dá koto nínú ladies bike ipe mo gbọ́dọ̀ dá koto pé mo kàn rìn láàrin ìlú lẹ ní àdúgbò sádùgbò pé mo kúrò ládùgbò sádùgbò so bàbá ẹ̀ nìyẹn tó sọ pé àwọn máa pe SARS wá gbé mi. Kinimogun, ladies like Kinimogun. Ẹ sọ fún mi pé kẹ́mi àtúwálé. Ẹ sọ fún mi pé kẹ́mi lọ wá akoto. Ṣé mo ṣọ̀kadà ni? Ẹbí báyìí mi lọ. Ẹ pé SARS kọ́ débi báyìí, kó ṣe nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún wa. Kọ́ pé SARS. Ṣebí SARS ló ń bá yín ṣiṣẹ́. SARS ń má koto ni. Ẹ máa sọ fún mi. Ẹ máa sọ fún mi. Tí ìṣù bá ti wá dé tán, tí agbára bá ti ṣó, àyà máa balẹ̀. Ó fẹ́ lọ kẹ̀.
Allah, no, they finish. Here is what they are dragging, right? Those guys are traffic officials. So they saw this young man riding a bike. You know what they call this? Birdie, is it called birdie or something? But it's called ladies' bike. Others, you know. And to him, it was just kind of like playing with this around the area, like just on the street, not the main road, that he didn't think he had to use the helmet, you know? So when I saw that video again, I'm like, yeah, you had those ones who are pretty much government thugs. I know them very well. They are called Trace. Now, normally we say they are doing their job, which is to make sure that safety first. So if you are going to ride a bike, you need to use the helmet. Sounds cool, right? But that's not how that is not how it is. This is not what it looked like there. The intention is to use that infraction, right, to extort him. That's the end goal. The end goal is to get him to pay and bail himself so that they can share the money and go look for another prey for Nigerians. When it comes to safety, Baba, it is going to be like you are speaking a foreign language. I don't know how many of you have noticed that. when they have to force them to wear helmets on the bikes, right? They are using for commercial whatever, so that at least save yourself. When majority of them are driving or riding, like people who have extra lives elsewhere. You know what I mean? Some people will say, no, I can't put, excuse me, I can't put that helmet on my head. Because we heard that they are using it to take people's destiny. So I can't. But majority just ignored it completely. I can't use any safety. So the other day I was on the phone with Yakofo, right? She got herself a car to start with. And she wanted to show me that, you know, say the inside and all that. And she got inside this, she sent a picture, right? Before then, right? And I realized that, oh, no seat belt, you know? Seat belt. No, I'm just driving around the streets, you know, it's Adubo. We are just within the area. That's what I did. I said, you have to use seat belts before you even start your car. And if you have forgotten before you start the car, right, make sure you use it before you move your car from, you know. And she was like, we don't use seat belts here like that. We don't. I was like, I know, but it is very bad. You get what I mean? Like, so when you tell them, you need to do this, and we're like, no, you are just talking like Oyibo. For a year, we don't need all of that thing. And that is why when you look at those who are supposed to be the enforcement officers, they too, they themselves are like the people they are supposed to be enforcing the law on. So most of the time, the intention is not to enforce the law. It is to exploit the infraction. You understand? Because they will have a section of the law to say you are supposed to use your seat belt. You're supposed to use an helmet. But they are all for your own protection. I said, but when I asked Yakub, I was like, didn't you hear the sound when the car not make sound, right? Because when you drive away and you're supposed to use your seat belt and you didn't use your seat belt, right? Within few seconds of driving away, your car will begin to make this sound, annoying sound, pom, 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 to remind you. I said, is your car not making that sound? And she was like, is that the sound? Is this the sound? I was like, did you not check the top of your, what do you call it? Just the top of your car somehow. There should be something there that shows about put the seatbelt on. And she was like, I didn't know that. But I was like, you need to use seat belt. You need to check that the car you are traveling in is pretty much safe. You see this where they talk. I don't become Oyinbo in front of an average Nigerian. Well, Benny, you are just talking like Oyinbo, Baba. Leave that one. You know me, I don't drive since 1981. I don't drive before they born you. Now you go come and tell me, say, make I use to make it. Well, Benny, you now you both team be that one. Now Oyinbo. It's like, how long grab me? So when I saw that, please, if you have to ride a bike, if you have money for helmet, get it. It's for your own good. It'd be like box. No. Yeah, it'd be like, I don't know if I can say it is like eggshell, you know, mold eggshell like that. And you use this, your knuckle to crack it. Or if you use your knuckle to crack a boiled egg, right? Do you know how that feels, right? It's like your knuckle or so is so strong and stronger than the eggshell, right? Now, imagine if you have a glass ball like this, and you do like that, and you can hear the sound. So the glass is still the glass, right? Then you take one hammer. You don't need to hit it. Just by the time you do 1, 2, 3, you get what I mean? So that's exactly what can happen if you have if you hit your head on the ground. You know something, that intelligent, amazing, you know, futuristic, ambitious young man or woman that you are can completely turn you to something else. It's for your safety, Sha. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't know who needed to hear that, all right? But somebody needed to see this, and that is the Sole administrator of Rivers. People said since he came, Rivers, Port Harcourt is now looking dirty before it becomes too much. So I show you this, and maybe it needs to hear. No, it needs to see this. So let's hope Ibas sees that. Okay. Yeah, somebody just sounded like a typical Niger there. Well, Benny, the seatbelt always is always staining dress. Why is your seatbelt staining your dress? That means you never really use your seatbelt. Yeah. Now we can say that God they save you since all this while, because there must be something saving you all this while. And you all know that what I just said right now is true. And some of you, either you have changed or you need to change. Or most of us have been there too, right? Use your seat belt when you are in your car. Clean it. Clean the seat belt. Pull it out like that. Okay? Get some clean clothes, towel and soap. Soak it in the water and keep cleaning it like that until it's so clean. Because your life may depend on it next time. So thank you so much, brethren, right? For your time. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and I will see you some other time. So for now, YouTube is dealing us a very bad blow, okay? They are ensuring that, this their algorithm nonsense continue to make it almost impossible for majority of you to receive notification whenever Mayegun is live, or even when Mayegun is done. To say, oh yeah, you missed this, watch Mayegun. They do that to me almost around this time, yeah? But anyway, thanks so much to those of you who showed up. Enjoy the rest of your evening, right? While I enjoy the rest of my own temporary break for now, okay? So thank you and good night from here.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Mayegun Diary politico. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Mayegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Prẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń gba rìbá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀ ṣọ́ra jù. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkan ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o ákàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.